Unscripted KAYFABE. Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even iHeartRadio. The Unscripted KAYFABE is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted KAYFABE. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted KAYFABE. The Unscripted KAYFABE. Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even iHeartRadio. The Unscripted KAYFABE is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted KAYFABE. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted KAYFABE. The Unscripted.
KAYFABE.
Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even iHeartRadio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe.
The Unscripted KAYFABE.
Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even iHeartRadio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted.
Holy shit. Hey Chad, I didn't even know that my microphone was fucking muted. Imagine I would have gone all time talking about this. As I said, this is our episode 37, UK episode 37, the Unscripted Kayfabe episode 37. It's crazy we've been going almost a year, chat, on this shit. Crazy, right? We're almost going on a year with this. It's very insane that we've been doing this for almost a year. As I said, this is our UK episode 37 here on the Unscripted Kayfabe. And I said again, tonight's show was a very, very good show. Again, I went on and saying my point on this. Like, you know, I mentioned that. Well, you heard my opinion. It was a very good show. Well, not tonight. I wouldn't say it's tonight, but we're fucking living in some under a rock. Probably under. No, that's not the case. But this week's Dynamite was very good. It was very entertaining. It was a very good show. Maybe not as much story on this show, but well, I think that was good enough story on this show. You know, you have your regular Darby Allin defending his championship on the show, and then in a banger of a match, classic, I would say. You have Darby Allin defending the championship with Konosuke Takeshita. You got MJF cutting that skeeving promo on him. I said again, you want to go back on me talking about a fucking rant on this show, it's all over there on the Monday Night Raw stream, which again, I think that was quite the watch, huh? If I'm not mistaken here, chat. The one where I said Raw after Backlash was boring. And I 100% agree with that. That show was fucking boring. You can see on my thumbnails. Good show. Good show. I have had good show. Good show. Good show. Good show. Good show. All the times I've covered Dynamite, it's just proven to you that I've always said, hey, it's a good show. It was a good show. Good show. Good show. We have had in this year. We have had. I think we're picking up Dynamites where the shows have been good. It's a very good show. So overall, I will just say that it's a very good show. So there will not be much to rant and rave about this show. I'll just come out of here and talk about something. You know, Moxley and Will Ospreay. You know, first we got, obviously, you know how we got through to this. Moxley Moxley beat the living shit out of Will Ospreay. Killed him. Forbade him. Legit, like, fucking tried to kill him. Break his neck. Legit after the match at Forbidden Door. That's what Moxley did. He tried to fucking kill him. And then coming out of that, I was like, okay. You know, what else is there left to come on that, honestly? You know, Moxley did that. He tried to kill him. He did. So, like, coming out of that, I'm like, what is there more to tell about that, honestly, Chad? With Moxley. And then he comes back. Osprey. Osprey comes back. Osprey is anyway, so Osprey comes back. Osprey is very, out for blood with Jon Moxley. He attacks Mox at Revolution after his match with Takeshita. He has a match with him on Dynasty. After that, he has a match with, I believe, fucking, what's his name? Kyle? I don't know. Mark Davis, and then into that match we see them, or whoever he has a match with. I think it was not Davis. I don't know. The Death Riders come for help, and they fucking carry Will Ospreay to the back. So when Ospreay came back, he remembered that what he came back for. Blood. So when he came back for blood, it felt like he was going to kill him, honestly. Like what Moxley did to him, he came back to, Moxley broke his neck, forbade him, basically. So Ospreay came back for that. And what came afterwards from that is Will Osprey won. No, he didn't win. He actually lost from Jon Moxley. So now Moxley takes him back. He's like, hey, what I can try to mold you with the best fighting machine. And he basically gave him a shot. Hey, you wanna fucking beat the fuck out of me? You wanna kill me right now? You got a chance. So Osprey was a little fucking conflicted after that. We come to Dynamite. He is on a, I believe, they're in this fucking, when I talked about Dynamite 2 weeks ago, right? He's on that show with, well, that's why fucking whatever segment that they were, it was a great fucking, and he's like, we went to Japan or whatever, all the way to Japan he went, and then basically was like, hey, there are no guarantees if this fucking works, but when I make a commitment, I follow it through. So then we see them eventually, which the point I'm here trying to make is that we didn't see much of this. We didn't see much of this. We didn't see any good of this, honestly. We didn't. I'm not gonna sit there and tell you, hey, we saw all good of this. No. We still have not had an explanation from Will Osprey. And when I noticed something here tonight, or when we were doing the watch along, I noticed something. Osprey looked a little conflicted. He looked like, does he trust Mox, really? We've not heard anything from Will Osprey. He didn't say anything. Why is he joining the Death Riders? He didn't explain anything to the fans. It's like people were calling this cinema. I gotta break that again thing to cinema is not always fucking good. It can be trash too. So this cinema is not trash, but it doesn't make sense simply, dude. It's very fucking confusing, and that makes it kind of bad. Why is Jon Moxley such a motivation for Will Osprey? Does Osprey really need Jon Moxley and his tutelage and his fucking guidance and all that? Samoa Joe started to involve himself in this segment, or he involved himself in his storyline. Actually, so I think it's quite a key part of this Will Osprey storyline, which is going on in Dynamite. Samoa Joe tried to involve himself in this shit, and he said, hey, you don't go out, on Death Riders, I'm going to take the fucking kill, we're going to kill the Death Riders. At least Samoa Joe's back to bases, he cares about the Death Riders again, hopefully. Or killing them. Like he was last year's Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena. So coming from that to Will Osprey, again, choosing that. But Will Ospreay's not said anything. Like, we have seen these, we've seen dialogue, like, these segments between them, which are fucking great. They're directed great, they're filmed great. I love the one in the boiler room. Whatever that was. With the pipes and stuff. Looks like fucking dirty and, it looks like a Death Fighter fucking horde right there. Loved it. Love how it was directed. Love how it was fucking produced. That's the top story on AEW television, honestly. That's the story that's going on. We got a recent story about MJF's hair. We're going to talk about that eventually. Follow up through. So, coming out of that, and now also we're going to have a Will Ospreay and a Will Ospreay and Samoa Joe match. So now everything's really tying in well, I think. You know, that's going to be a match announced at Double or Nothing. I think that match is the best match to happen at Double or Nothing. Last year's in the final, we got Will Ospreay and Adam Page. I think in a amazing match, not an amazing match, a fucking unbelievable match. I believe I did a live reaction to that show. We can go back to that. It was a long fucking show. It was a long fucking show. Just to say that. One of my most popular live streams on the show. My reaction. You know, I'm shocked that Daniel Garcia did not turn on Nigel McGuinness, if I remember that was going into that, right? Crazy that the FTR has still been a heel for over a year now. They're great heels. They're entertaining as fuck. And this was the final. This would have headlined the show. So this was quite the show then. I'm reading an Adam Page shirt here. We got a Speedball and Okada match. Sounds like a fucking great match. Mina and Tony. I think it was a great match too. And then Jamie Hayter and Monet was fucking great. Stretcher match, I believe this was. I think I remember this. I don't think I much cared about the Hurt Syndicate versus the Sons of fucking Texas. Like, I didn't really care about that at all. I honestly didn't. Maven Huffman saying, let's talk about Randy Orton. Oh, Maven Huffman. And why does vidIQ say I have changed the thumbnail? No, the thumbnail is still the same. You know, I love a shot at Will Ospreay. This is going to be a shootout in the desert, bruv. Love that. Love this vibe of Double or Nothing. It's different. It didn't feel like Double or Nothing in terms of Vegas environment, but that's what it felt like then.
Why the fuck?
Playing for money.
Why the fuck have to be crazy? And then you're not gonna put out a fucking unrestricted scene that would make sense, and I'm so happy for Jamie Hayter. I even can't left about Mercedes Monet.
Damn, pissed about Mercedes Monet. Like everybody was. Nobody cared about it. Looks a little animated, huh? Whatever. Moving on. So, coming out of that, and then Double or Nothing, or all those shows, coming out of Double or Nothing, coming out of that, coming out of all Double or Nothing, and pro wrestling on that show. Like, it was a fun show, and whatever. We're not talking about that. We're talking about Will Ospreay here. So now Will Ospreay's going to be facing Samoa Joe. And I'm really big keen on that. Like, I want to see where this story goes. It really felt like, to me, Ospreay was very conflicted about what he felt towards Moxley. Like, he was looking at Moxley, he felt a little conflicted there. He wasn't sure. We haven't heard anything from Will Ospreay, really. And he's doing the things Moxley's telling him to do. Is he just kind of fucking with Jon Moxley? I don't know. I'm a little confused. I hope they have a good payoff to this storyline. Which makes sense. Does Will Ospreay really need Jon Moxley, Chad? The Spaders, I really want you to know it. Does Will Ospreay really need Jon Moxley? Spaders? Spaders, tell me. Does Will Ospreay really need Jon Moxley? Will Ospreay's already beaten MJF clean as a whistle. You know what? This is interesting. It's very interesting. I'll just say it. I'll put it at that. It's very interesting. As a whole, it's a very interesting story coming out of the show. It's real interesting. Will Ospreay doesn't need Jon Moxley, or does he needs Jon Moxley? It's hard to tell. It's like he's conflicted. You know, he said that Moxley's giving him these techniques to fucking use them in the ring. And then he goes in, he doesn't even use those fucking... He uses a little bit of them, he doesn't use all of them. And Moxley says, you gotta kill this guy, you gotta fucking go and just kill him. You know, you cannot hesitate, you gotta fucking kill. And then he's out here wrestling a fucking match with Ace Austin. 15 minutes. And I'm like... Didn't just Jon Moxley told you to go fucking kill him or something? So it makes sense, but at the same time it doesn't. You know, again, we haven't heard from Will Ospreay still. Why the fuck does he want to join the Death Riders? Why does he want to be under the tutelage of teacher Jon Moxley? Of his teacher Jon Moxley. Isn't Will Ospreay like already like better than Jon Moxley? I mean, he lost. I get it. Maybe that proves him that he's not better. Because, you know, he beat you, so maybe he's better than you, and maybe he can teach you a few things or something. So I don't really know where this goes, chat. I really don't know. I rest my case on this, honestly. There's nothing much to rant and rave about this. From AEW, there's nothing much to rant and rave on this show. There's nothing. You know, go check out the Unscripted KAYFABE. Not Unscripted KAYFABE. The Wrestle with Spade podcast. Go check that out. We got a very horror-esque intro in that too. Go check it out. The Wrestle with Spade podcast that we do. We did another one recently. Where I did go off on a lot of shit. It was a very fun, eventful show where I talked about a lot of stuff that is just I want to get on my chest, and finally did. It's the best place to do that. But that's what I think I mentioned about Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley. The Will Ospreay storyline with how it's conflicted, and again, I don't understand. You know, I still don't know why does he need him. Like, I get it. I understand that he lost to Moxley, and then I get it, but he doesn't really need him, honestly. Like, does he really need Jon Moxley? He came back for blood. He came back for Jon Moxley. He came back for killing Jon Moxley. He came back... I wish they had him come back in a more different way. But he came back for killing Jon Moxley. That's what it felt like. And then he wanted blood after what Jon Moxley did to him. I already mentioned the fucking breaking his neck situation, and then afterwards trying to kill him as much he could. So, going into that, it's like he wanted blood for Jon Moxley. And coming out of that, it's like Dynasty, and then, you know, how Moxley and the Death Rider somehow. And coming out of that, you know, like, it felt like Moxley didn't need him to fight. He didn't need. You know, it felt very confusing, honestly. So, it's a very weird twister turns. I just noticed Osprey's a little conflicted tonight. So where does he lie? Does he lie on joining the Ops or the Death Riders? I don't know. He was looking at Moxley a little bit weirdly on that show tonight. Just to say, you know. He wasn't really intrigued to look at Jon Moxley. Was he? He wasn't. Hard to break the truth to you. He wasn't really intrigued to look at Jon Moxley. So, anyways, Jon Moxley, as I mentioned again, I don't know where this goes. No clue. I just felt a little conflicted of Will Ospreay and him saying, you know, gotta go in there, fucking kill him, and he doesn't kill Ace Austin. It feels very like he listened to him, he doesn't fucking really believe in what he's saying. I don't know. He was doing the fucking crunches or what. I don't know what he was doing. He was doing an exercise position or something. No exercise positions here, but he's doing an exercise or something. And Moxley was showing him that you gotta fucking, you gotta fucking kill or whatever, something like that. Showing him a technique, how to work that, master it or something. Like, Teacher Moxley. Like Professor Mox. You know, he's gonna tell him that, you know, son, you gotta do this. Or what a Professor Moxley is trying to, you know, teach this kid to learn how to do it, which is fucking ridiculous because I don't think Osprey needs any of these guys to supposedly beat MJF again. So, you think about it with MJF or even with Darby, I don't think Osprey needs any of these guys. Like, bro, Osprey should easily be beating Darby Allin. MJF, that comes a little tonal at that, but he already beat MJF. I don't think we're going back to the Kenny Omega match. I mean, I don't think we're going to that. People thought we were going to have the Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay match at all in Wembley. I don't think we need that. I don't think we need a Kenny Omega and a Will Ospreay. I think we're going to be getting at Redemption that's coming up, right? Or what is Forbidden Door up? Like, whatever. We're going to be getting either a Redemption or Forbidden Door. Some kind of match on that show. Just going to say it. I don't know which one would it be. Some kind of match we're gonna be getting on that show. Some kind of match. Forbidden Door or Out of Redemption, the new pay-per-view. Got my wife stuck. I'm sleeping. Chat, it's fucking late. Oh shit, I'm sleeping. I'm doing my phone. It's coming out of that. It's something like we're gonna put it out there. A Redemption pay-per-view or whatever the likes of that. And I'm intrigued to see where that goes. I am. This will not be a very long show here tonight, though. So I don't know what happens. We can see either Darby dropping the championship to MJF, and then Darby and MJF having that match at Forbidden Door or Redemption. I was thinking that Kenny Omega's going to win the AEW World Championship, and I'm like, I don't see that. If I see a retirement match for Kenny Omega, it probably will be against Will Osprey. Just saying. Either against Osprey or maybe Ibushi. Osprey, Ibushi. I can go on. Osprey, Ibushi. Who else? There are a lot of people I can mention here. Who could it be against, really? It could be against Osprey. It could be against Kota Ibushi. Could be against Adam Page, too. That just determines what Kenny wants to do. But I don't think we're seeing this match at all. I don't know what happens to what we get through that moment for, I want to see them keeping Darby Allin hot. MJF wins the championship back at Double or Nothing. Afterwards, we see MJF and Darby Allin, I think, in a feud. I mean, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna you gotta keep MJF hot, honestly. I mean, you gotta either put him in a feud with some other heel, Darby Allin hot, honestly, too. If he just goes back to not being on the show even, and he's ice cold again, I'll take back whatever I said about him being red hot. So it's intriguing, where Will Ospreay lands with the whole Moxley stuff. Again, I said again, he should have fucking gone in there and killed Ace Austin, and he didn't. So he's really conflicted. Joe was saying, we're going over the complete show sooner or later about this. We're going over the complete show. Top to bottom. It's just a little confusing. More on story than tonight. We had a great fucking banger match with not Osprey. It could be with Osprey too, if you think about it. No, it's not Osprey. But Takeshita and Darby Allin. No Okada. So the family emergency that he went for, that was very, very real. No Okada. In this match between Takeshita and Darby, Don, I think MJF, when they had a backstage interview, MJF with Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita and Renee Paquette did it. MJF was there in that interview when he gave, I think, Don the ring. So Don gives Takeshita the Dynamite ring. He throws it. And I thought maybe there's gonna be a fucking roll up in that match, or it's gonna have him doing a roll up pin or trying to, and then it's gonna that's gonna cost him. That's gonna be a distraction. But no. Darby actually beat Takeshita quite, and a guy who is not very to say beaten on this show, not very beaten on the show. Like Takeshita's quite built strong on this show. It's like Takeshita's quite a big deal. He doesn't get beaten as much on the show. To a guy who's been like that on the show, I have just to say, like, this shit is fucking great. Like this slowly solidifies more Darby as a main eventer. He beat fucking Takeshita at Takeshita's best. Like, Takeshita was fucking great, and Darby beat him. I'm not saying like that fucking sucks. I think that's fucking great for Darby. Like, Takeshita is a fucking beast, honestly, you know? Takeshita is a beast in the ring. So, and he's billed as a beast on the shows, and he's on Dynamite and on it, and just AEW in general. He's quite a beast. He's billed as a fucking like a beast on the show. So, Takeshita losing to Darby Allin, or Darby beating Takeshita, that's quite a way to really, I think, elevate Darby up. Darby beat Takeshita. Takeshita's quite at his peak right now, hitting that moment. And that's a great fucking thing. Darby went out there, he beat Takeshita. I really love that. I thought that was pretty good. They actually beat Takeshita. And that really has maybe more made the Darby Allin character and his on from ice cold to red hot. As Speedball Mike Bailey, as Kevin Knight said, "Man, you red hot, you red hot." No, he's not red hot. Fucking geek Kevin Knight.
Now connected to desktop 1 HD 9 DGF.
Try to get a bitch fucking Alexa speaking. So seeing Darby Allin beat Takeshita, who's quite at his top tier peak on this show, seeing him beat Takeshita is quite built like a fucking beast on AEW television. It's quite a big deal for Darby. I think it was the right move to have him beat clean. No Okada. I thought they were gonna really protect Takeshita here, but again, it shows that Darby Allin, I hope this really elevates Darby to that main event scene that Tony Khan wants him to be in. How he got there, I'm still pissed at that. And I'll never let that I will never think I will do something because somebody's my favorite and they climbed Mount Everest and they fucking, made a great fucking achievement. But they were feuding with the fucking Boar Dogs and they were fucking feuding with legit dog shit on the show. Mediocre fucking garbage that nobody gave two shits about for months, coming out of the Jon Moxley feud. And then towards the Death Riders. Like, man, who gives a shit about this? Who would give a shit about a character who's that ice cold? So the way we got here was still fucking ludicrous and stupid. Felt very forced. We go back to my stream watching that show. We did a live stream here on YouTube. We did a live stream, I think. Go back to my live stream. It felt very, very forced. Very, very forced it felt. It didn't feel very unique. It didn't feel very good. It felt forced. It felt utteral shit. Even though it's not utteral shit, but I'm just gonna say it felt very. It just wasn't there. It wasn't there. So again, overall, I didn't care about that. I didn't. Right? Pretty much. So, very forced and how he got here with that and none of it, but how they have really built him up in these championship defenses against starting off with Ciampa, that was a fucking classic. Then an incredible match with Brody King. They really work well together. A very good match with Kevin Knight to a very fun and like just awesome match with Pac. To now a defense against Konosuke Takeshita. I think they have fucking done really good by Darby Allin's reign right here. But we are getting apparently we'll be getting a Mike Bailey matchup. Mike Bailey and Darby Allin for the AEW World Championship. I'm sorry. Are they fucking stupid? He's not red hot at all. This defense will do nothing for Darby. Mike Bailey is not red hot. I am legit fucking pissed off at this shit, and I don't want to hear it. He's red hot. He's red hot. Kevin Knight's been saying this shit. He's red hot. He's not fucking red hot, dude. He's something that's not at all red hot. So coming forward from that moment and Darby winning the championship, or well, I will say winning the championship or whatever. This is the defense that would be a great fucking match, but does fucking Mike Bailey deserve an AEW World Championship? No, he doesn't. Where's he been on the show even? You know, he was out here losing his Trios Championship to the Dogs, winning it from the Dogs. I don't know what the fuck they were, the conglomeration, and it's all fucking jumbled up. Like, what has Mike Bailey done to even fucking consider that he's red hot? The god, they're fucking clueless. Like, don't they see what actually means red hot? Nothing about Mike Bailey is red hot. Nothing. Nothing about Mike Bailey proves red hot to me, and I'm gonna fucking tell you that it's not red hot. It's not. I fucking found this promo with Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey to be a shit show. It wasn't fucking downright awful, but it was just a meh promo that I could give two shits about. Kevin Knight needs to really fucking trying to, I think this guy, it needs to turn heel. Speedball Mike Bailey's a guy that I don't like a heel turn from at all. It was generic fucking babyface as Kevin Knight on this show. I don't care about him. The Jet, Kevin Knight, the Jet. He's like, bro, shut the fuck up. Not everybody needs to talk in third person, first of all. Like, you're gonna say, the tribal chief Roman Reigns. Like, does Roman say that even? It doesn't work for some people. It doesn't work for you too. Stop talking in third person. Fucking hate that. That's maybe me, but it's ridiculous. Yeah, I've been one collision stream on this show. Wow. Interesting, honestly. You know, I still believe that Mercedes Moné has fucking killed the women's division. I don't think I have changed my statement on that at all. Apparently, when I did it on the Unscripted Kayfabe, I said, you know, it goes back to me talking about even WWE in general, like, wow. Chat, just wow. Anyways, so again, I stated my point on that. I like Jet, Kevin Knight, and Mike Bailey. That shit just doesn't fucking land. We had some great action, not some Bill Osprey and Ace Austin and a lot of other stuff. Fun trios match. Great, actually a great 5-on-5 10-man tag team match. I was expecting that match to be fucking shit. You fucking exceeded my expectations. Fun. That was a fun match. I very much enjoyed that match. I don't know if you did. I mean, unless you don't enjoy fun pro wrestling, I had fun watching that match. It was really good, fun. It was a good time. Probably the most enjoyable match out of all nights, like out of that week in pro wrestling, honestly. Yeah, I think that match was fun. Like, I enjoyed that match. I think Takeshita versus Darby was a classic, but that match was just fun. Like, I had fun with that match. I think it was quite a fun match to be part of, honestly. It would be. I love to be part of the match. But if I was wrestling. Overall, it was a very good Dynamite. I'll kick off this one. So before we kicked off the show, MJF came out. I saw with MJF. And we're going to close with what happened at the end with that spot. So before we kick off the show, MJF came out, or earlier tonight, we see Renee Paquette, and she's like, hey Max, this is the only chance. You gotta sign in, or Darby said you're not gonna. He said, what do you think about it? And then he didn't say anything. He still hasn't said anything about his fucking hair yet. Darby Allin is going to be losing the champ. I don't know, obviously. But so she asks, like, and then we see, he walks by her. We see Rick Knox. I'm like, okay. all these bald guys. We see Rick Knox. We see fucking Bryce Rensburg. We see the bald security guard. We see bunch of bald old men or whatever. We see Sanjay Dutt and Christopher Daniels. We see fucking Tommaso Ciampa and some other fucking production team of AEW. A lot of bald people on the show. And I'm like, okay. Like, they're basically like MJF, like, hey, nothing wrong with being bald. Look at this. Like, MJF was surrounded by bald guys. I found that really quite witty and funny. I loved it. I think I had fun with that. I enjoyed it. I think I'll go over that definitely when we talk about it completely. But overall, I think, and then at the end of the show, MJF, after the match, right after the match, we got everything being set up right after Darby had a banger with Takeshita. So he says, get your ass out here for the contract signing or something. You know, it was said we'll hear from MJF tonight. They advertised, like, that made no sense. They said we will hear from MJF tonight, and then we didn't hear anything from MJF tonight. We just heard we had a contract signing. Maybe you should have told us that, hey, we're not gonna hear from MJF tonight. We're gonna have a contract signing, because it was like, maybe advertise it like for the show tonight that we're gonna get a contract signing. Tell us that instead of telling us, oh, we're gonna hear MJF tonight. That's just me. Maybe just do that. And that's just what I'm saying. I'm off my topics right there. Maybe do that. Maybe have MJF do a contract signing or whatever. I wouldn't mind it. Do something like that. So we had that contract signing with MJF. Impromptu, kind of. I mean, they didn't say it was going to be a contract signing. I mean, I don't know how, out of nowhere. So the contract table comes in. MJF comes and sits in, and so what to sign in? Sign the fucking contract. MJF then, as well to sign the contract, then he goes off on a promo. He says to Darby that, Darby, I'm really proud of you. And I think you're great. Like, I think you fucking did great with your time. But Darby, you're just gonna go down as a stuntman. You're gonna be nothing. You're gonna be absolutely nothing, nobody, piece of shit. Like, you're not meant for this. You're gonna be like less than a bum Adam Page. So I like where this was going, honestly, on the show. I really enjoyed that part. And as I said, this was a very good show. This is a very, very good show tonight. Not very, very. It was a very good show. It was a good show. It was a good show tonight. Very much enjoyable compared to Monday Night Raw, which I did cover. This was a very lively crowd here tonight. Very good show. Hot environment here tonight. Love the feel of the show. It was a very good show tonight. Very fun, very great show overall. Not great, but it was a good show tonight. I'm just gonna put it at that. We out of here for the breakdown, chat. So you're here for my breakdown from the complete show. Just transcribe breakdown about Dynamite. One thing I'll cover here, Jack Perry, he had a segment where he says that, I believe it's going to be, he had like Mark Davis, a Grizzly Bear, and he says that if you don't think I can be world champion, just then fuck off. I'm like, oh, fuck you, something like that. Fuck you. I'm like, okay, you're brash, fine, cool. I mean, you don't need to fucking swear. Whatever, I guess. It doesn't bother me that he did that, but it's like, do I genuinely fucking care? Do I genuinely fucking care, chat? This is my opinion on this. I don't think I do. Like, with that match, Stadium Stampede, I'm excited for definitely. And overall, other stuff too.
Now connected to desktop 1 HD 9 DGF.
So it's a very good, good show tonight, or very good. But again, where that goes, Stadium Stampede with Jack Perry. It's a good show, that chat. Let's go to this. Let's talk about it. Let's break down the show in a transcribed way here. There's some news that I didn't check on. The big show. Alright, chat. I wanted to say this transcribed version. Whole wide rumors are not what we're here to talk about. Dynamite is what we're here to talk about. So we kick off the show. With MJF and Darby Allin. So we kick off the show with the transcribed version here. We're talking about, right, chat? Yeah, we're talking about the transcribed version here. So it's Wednesday. You know what that means? And it's Wednesday. You know what that means. So we kick off the show. MJF, after giving the response to Renee Paquette, which he didn't really respond anything to her. We see a lot of bald men scattered by. We see, as I said, we see Rick Knox, the referee. We see Bryce Rensburg, another ref. We see the AEW security guard, the bald head and beard. We see 4 bald men. We see Stu Grayson, I believe we saw Stu Grayson. No, not Stu Grayson. We saw John Silver. We saw Sanjay Dutt, and he was laughing at MJF and Christopher Daniels. We saw a bunch of production team from AEW. Then we see Tommaso Ciampa. He blows him a kiss. We see Ricochet. Ricochet takes off his hat and he does this. Like it's that SpongeBob meme where, he shows the bald head. Like, you see that SpongeBob meme or whatever, that episode where they give that fucking bald head or something. Something like that. Felt very like funny. I was like, okay, it's quite witty. So that's when we kicked off the show. Kind of with. I don't check that out. The SpongeBob meme. Like bald. My eyes. It reminds me of that. My eyes. That bald head of King Neptune in the SpongeBob movie or something, I believe. It came when Ricochet took off his cap. It felt like that fucking shiny bald head. It felt like the fucking scene from the SpongeBob movie. If you've seen that, it's great. That became a meme, honestly. All of the great SpongeBob memes overall. So, Adam Copeland and Christian Cage, as I said, very witty and funny here with, first of all, Rick Knox. First of all, he doesn't respond to Renee at all, like he didn't respond to Darby. He just fucking was shocked and he left. After she said, hey, if you don't put your hair on the line or you sign this contract, you will never get a shot at Darby Allin for the World Championship again. You won't get that opportunity. So he doesn't respond to, and then afterwards we see, as I said, Rick Knox, Bryce Rensburg, the security guard from AEW that everybody knows, he's on AEW television. The beard one, the long beard guy. Bunch of old bald men looking on their phones and glasses or whatnot. Fucking Sanjay Dutt's laughing, smirking his ass off with Christopher Daniels. His bald production men. Then we get to see, like, after we see bald production men, we see Tommaso Ciampa blows him a kiss on Ricochet, who verbatim says to him, you know, you're gonna go bald or whatever. You're like, you're gonna look good though. You're gonna look good. Or whatever. That's what he said. It's funny. but he's not better than me. Ricochet Fields, I guess, is what he does. What else can I say about that? That's what Ricochet feels about him being bald or whatever, I guess, Shad. That's what he feels about himself. Well, I think definitely he would, right? Yeah. He would feel like that about himself. So we move into here now the 10-man tag. Cope, Christian Cage, Orange Cassidy, the Young Bucks versus FTR, Tommaso Ciampa, and the War Dogs. So we had said, remember the 10-man tag team matches on in the evening. We got all the entrances. Harper and Cassidy return to the ring while everyone else fights outside the ring. But everybody goes off running, and Cassidy ducks and exchanges in hands with Copeland. Cage, Wheeler, and are fighting. Christian Cage and Cash Wheeler are fighting up the steps into the crowd. Then the Dogs and the Young Bucks and Ciampa fight around the announce table here. Harwood then has Cassidy in a trouble at the top. Fans are clearly, fans really trying to cheer FTR here, definitely, despite they're being heels. Because I think the fans, this is Asheville, North Carolina, their hometown. It was very apparent. But Cassidy bounces into the Stun Dog Millionaire. Cassidy with a DDT, but Wheeler is back and he hits Cassidy. The heels gang up on Cassidy in the corner as everyone seems to have returned to the ring side. Ciampa is now, and he hits some stiff chops to Cassidy. Ciampa looking for the single leg crab. But Cassidy keeps rolling away. He kicks Ciampa away, so Dax was a blind tag, and he flips him off. He flips out the fans. I saw that. It was very funny. Nick Jackson gets the tag. He causes FTR to bonk heads, and he hits the drop kick to both men. The Dogs are in. Escalada by Nick to both Dogs. Matt and Jackson and the super kicks, double Bulldogs by the Bucks. Matt with a baseball slide to both members of FTR. And Nick wipes them out on the floor. Matt initiates a locomotion with Clark Connors. He catches David Finlay on the third one. We see a super kick party, but Stokely grabs his knee, or their knees. Stokely tries to buy them off with a watch, but then the Young Bucks intercept FTR, then they send him into the Dogs, who crash before Ciampa gets the better of Bucks momentarily, but eventually overwhelms Ciampa. The Father of the Year gets the tag. He kicks Wheeler low in our spear kick party, super kick party for the Bucks. Cage gets a 2 count. On that note, the show hits a break into mid-match break here. We see Cage being down. Stoke has now joined. Stokely's on commentary here. So now we see Cage during the break. Cage tries to tag out. All of his partners got dropped to the apron on the floor. Cage looking for a kill switch. Hardware shoves him away, but they end up smacking heads. Copeland is back, and Christian Cage gets the tag, as does Connors. Copeland runs through all of the heels as he hypes up the crowd here. And then Finley holds him on for that. Bucks take care of this on the floor. Copeland hits a execution on Clark Connors. Clark Connor ends on an enziguri / clothesline spot from Cage to the Bucks. Orange Cassidy hits a devastating back splash. That looked fucking great. Cage then hits a DDT, a reverse DDT on both. What the hell? My face is not even show. On both of the dogs, everyone except for Copeland head to top. The faces hit stereo splashes, while Cope hits the Impaler DDT. Cassidy and Cage come face to face. Cage stops Cassidy from putting his hands in pockets. So Cassidy puts Cage's hands in his hands instead. Cage sends him over the top rope. This is really funny. He sent over the top rope. And then Cage wipes off Finley to the rope, but FTR hit Copeland with the Shatter Machine. Cassidy with the most dangerous kicks of all time, but FTR are too strong. They take out Cassidy. We see high spot after high spot from almost everyone involved. Clark Connors is the last man standing as Scotland fucking what the hell did I say? As looks to line up. Copeland with a spear. Copeland leaps through and he spears Harwood. Clark Connor gets hit with super kicks, an orange punch, and a spear for the win. Great moment for Adam Copeland here tonight in Asheville, North Carolina, his second hometown, by the way. We see back teams for Stadium Stampede are announced here, which are, as I said, if you go word this, we already got, as he said, what's the name? Jack Perry. The Herd Syndicate, Jericho, and the Elite, Jack Perry, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. What a lineup. A weird-ass lineup, honestly, but what a lineup, I guess. You know, what is what Bobby Lashley's doing on AEW television? I just want to know. Is he ever going to win the AEW World Championship? Are we really... I think we're moving away from that, right? Seems like you're putting Kevin Knight in a position like that. I don't think Bobby Lashley's ever going to be in that main event scene. That's just me. So we see a latest. We see Osprey training with the Death Riders. Charlie said it was very confusing. He was telling him what he was going to do. Basically, I already went over this. We come back. We see Stadium Stampede match. Backstage, we see Ricochet, Mark Davis, and Gates of Agony. Ricochet brings in Andrade, who's part of his team. The Dogs come in and they're in the final term with Ricochet and the group from Stadium Stampede. I like Andrade. You're right there. Facing Chris Jericho's team. Oh, no, not Chris Jericho. Jericho. His name is only Jericho, not Chris Jericho. Chad, what the hell are you talking about? Speedball versus fucking jobber local from Asheville, North Carolina. Who gives a fuck about this? So apparently, so red hot is Speedball, I guess. You know, Kevin Knight said that on Fairway to Hell, and I'm like, what the fuck is he saying? Red hot. I haven't seen Speedball in a while. Red hot, and when he was doing something, he wasn't red hot then. How the fuck is he red hot? Please explain this. Like, do they watch their show? Do they even know what the fucking meaning of red hot means? Red hot means you're fucking firing on all cylinders, you are at the top tier, and you are so prominent on the show that you are so undeniable. That means red hot. Fucking Mike Bailey is nothing but not red hot. Kevin Knight is not red hot either. Who's red hot is Darby Allin. I'll give him that. So, Speedball versus local indie fucking jobber that nobody cares about from Asheville, North Carolina. So, the jobber's in the ring. Mike Bailey jaws at Westbrook, then shakes hand as Westbrook goes for a quick pin. Westbrook goes to the ropes, looks like he slipped. Bailey then kicks Westbrook, dropping him. Bailey comes off the top rope with double knees, ultimate weapon on the Westbrook to get the win. It's a fucking squash. Do we need these jobber fucking matches on the show? A squash. Kevin Knight versus Brian Cage. Well, I spoiled that. Open challenge, actually. Justin Roberts introduced Kevin Knight, who's already in the ring, latest TNT champion open challenge. Out comes in his challenger. They're returning Brian Cage after 40-month. And he got something fucking happen to his leg, I believe. It was fucking painful. Sad what happened. He makes his way down to the squared circle. On that note, we go to the title officially off running. Knight chops Cage, but he has no effect. This was a very good match. Effect on, I don't know what does it do for Brian Cage. He comes back, he fucking loses to Kevin Knight. I don't know what the fuck does it do for Brian Cage, honestly. What does it really do for him? When I see him heading over to WWE, honestly, I would. Like, what are we doing even in AEW? Honestly, go to TNA, not even WWE. Go over to TNA and fucking kill it there. You're fucking great. They don't see your potential. They don't see who the fuck you are. They're not gonna push him. They're not gonna push him in the fucking main event scene. He's never gonna be an AEW World Champion ever. So, goodbye, Brian Cage. I don't know when this contract's up. Maybe I'll check that, chat. Brian Cage, AEW contract up. I mean, so it was a very good match, but again, what does that do? What does that do? He's got 6 years remaining on his AEW deal. That's just fucking ridiculous. Well, this was in 2024, so 4 years remaining. So the dude's basically going to be doing nothing on television. And how old is he? By the time he gets to WWE, he's going to be fucking very old. 46, bro. Six years remaining for his AEW contract. You know, he's now, I don't know if injury time is going to be also added up. I mean, he's going to be there for fucking, I mean, Tony Khan always adds injury time up to people's contracts. You know that. He's going to be on the shelf for, like, he's going to be in AEW till, like, 2032 or something. What the fuck are we thinking here? I don't know, man. I'd rather see you go to TNA and fucking kill it there. Maybe I would ask for your release. I'll ask Tony Khan to go release you. So can you do better and provide something better? Maybe kill it on TNA, kill it on the Indies. Like, what are they doing with Brian Cage? Honestly, but they're doing nothing with Brian Cage. He's back. He got injured. He got the fucking leg thing that happened to him. He's back now, and it's like, what the fuck are they doing with Brian Cage? Honestly. And of all people, Eddie Kingston, man. Like, what happened to Eddie Kingston? Eddie Kingston, I think, might just retire. A waste of everybody's time. That motherfucking match with Big Bill. But I mean, what did they do with fucking you know? I already went over this. What did they do with fucking Brian Cage? Just release him so he goes out there and fucking kills it on the indies like he did in PWG, and goes out there and becomes a top player either in WWE and TNA. Let him fucking be, honestly. Let's just be honestly, that's what I think. Like, Brian Cage is fucking great. He just came out here to fucking lose to Kev. Now let's go with this match, honestly. Nothing much to say about that I already have not said. Moving on. So, Knight chops Cage, but he has no effect on him. Brian Cage picks up Kevin Knight, who tosses him. Brian Cage picks up Kevin Knight, and he tries to toss him out of the ring. Kevin Knight lands on his feet. Kevin Knight then attempts a shoulder block, but Brian Cage doesn't like fucking sell it or something. I don't know. Brian Cage then connects with a big kick on the face of Kevin Knight. Afterwards, Cage sends him onto the turnbuckle head first. Cage then hits Kevin Knight with a shoulder block to the midsection. Cage then tosses Kevin Knight to the top corner. He hits Knight with a big forearm. Cage then puts the boot to Kevin Knight's neck. Cage then throws Kevin Knight to the corner. Then he clotheslines him. Cage is up on the apron. Then he drop kicks him to the floor. As Cage then goes to the ring and runs the ropes, connecting with the Knight on the floor. Cage kicks up Knight and drops him on the barricade. From there, we slowly shift gear. As things are going in progress here, I'll pick it up from here, right here. So Kevin Knight then pops up on Cage, but Brian Cage catches him. Kevin Knight then comes back with a springboard drop kick on Brian Cage. Both men go down. Brian Cage is sent to the floor. Kevin Knight then runs the ropes, leaps over the ropes, and is caught by Cage. Knight leaps up and takes down Cage. Knight picks up Cage and sends him back into the ring. Mike Bailey kicks Lance Archer to avoid interference. Cage picks up Kevin Knight and drops in. Cage covers Knight for only a 2 count. Lance Archer tries to choke slam Mike Bailey, but he counters it. Then he still is dropped by Archer. Kevin Knight DDTs Cage and covers him for only 2 count. Cage then is up for the second rope. Knight gets caught, picked up by Cage. Then Kevin Knight reverses it again, sends Brian Cage down, and then Kevin Knight goes to the top rope, connects with a UFO slash for the win. So it was a very solid match, good match on the show. Nothing bad about it. Just to put it all together. Very solid match on the show. A very solid match. This is where we get a little bit spicy here, chat, which is not solid at all. So after the match, Speedball and Mike Bailey and Kevin Knight talk. Speedball congratulations Kevin Knight on his win, and says, "You're gonna be the next future world champion or whatever." Like, everybody knows you're gonna be future world champion, Kevin Knight. Kevin Knight says Mike Bailey's red hot right now, and then welcome back like red hot. Fuck out of here. Kevin Knight says that he's still standing and is still the champion, but he couldn't get the job done. They think 2 fucking squash matches make him 3, maybe, I don't know. Makes him fucking red hot. Hey, Roosh is red hot too, I guess. They don't fucking even know the meaning of red hot. It's like, pick up the dictionary and fucking find the meaning of red hot. Mike Bailey's nothing but fucking red hot. Kevin Knight's not even red hot. Stop fucking with me around here. Red hot. We're just saying this out of fucking ridiculous bullshit out there. Red hot. None of these guys are red hot. None of these guys are fucking red hot. Not even close to being red hot. Get with the fucking program. Shut the fuck up. Red hot. Like, fucking maybe read a dictionary and find the meaning what red hot means. Get a wrestling encyclopedia fucking dictionary with words and find what fucking red hot means. He gets barely a fucking reaction. Is what Mike Bailey gets. Come on. Decent reaction at best. Red hot. Beating 3 jobbers. Hey man, I would see Braun Strowman beating 3 jobbers. I said, this guy is red hot. Are you fucking kidding me? No, nobody is red hot. Not Kevin Knight. Not fucking Mike Bailey. Nobody. Kevin Knight can get red hot. Mike Bailey is very far from it. Beating jobbers from fucking local towns doesn't make you red hot. One jobber he beat in fucking California, the other jobber he beat in Nashville, North Carolina. Nobody gives a shit. Moving on. So, Bailey tends to forget about last week. He said he welcomes Brian Cage back, and Brian Cage is like, oh, hey, welcome back. I'm here back, I guess. Kevin Knight says that he's still standing and still the champion, but he couldn't get the job done last week and become Jet 2 belts. Bailey tells him to forget about last week because everybody knows he's the future world champion. Knight says he appreciates that Bailey having his back, and he says he will get this shot eventually as well. Bailey says he has an idea. He wants a winner of tonight's match between Darby Allin and Konosuke Takeshita. We have you fucking beating jobbers, and you're gonna have a championship match against Darby Allin on Dynamite or Collision next week in the 3-hour fucking block coming from where it's gonna happen, I guess? I don't know. Portland, I believe. We're going to fucking Oregon. I don't give a shit. Now, this match was very good between Kevin Knight and Brian Cage. And I said, what does it do for fucking Brian Cage? Honestly, I don't know what people want to say about it. What does it really do for Brian Cage? I really don't know. I don't know if anybody can tell me. But what does it really do for Brian Cage? Does it really fucking elevate him? Do you honestly believe that? If you do believe that, I guess you're clueless as they come. You lost to him, and goodbye. See you in fucking catering, Brian Cage. See you in catering. He would be better off if he heads over to NXT right now or goes over to TNA and fucking kills it there. He'd be better off doing that. Maybe just debuts in WWE, period. He doesn't need to go to fucking NXT. I think he's very old now. He's 42 years old. Let him go out there and fucking kill it, basically. Let him do that, please. He can fucking go run it. He's fucking great at that. And again, I said, you know, a red hot Mike Bailey versus more like an ice cold, nothing we know about Mike Bailey versus a red hot Darby Allin, actually. Yes, Darby Allin's red hot. The roles have changed here. Darby Allin is red hot, and the ice cold guy who nobody fucking gives two shits about, Mike Bailey. Like, I'm not saying that I fucking have some problem with Mike Bailey, but as a character, I don't give a shit about Mike Bailey on television. I haven't. Since he's gotten here, I've never given a shit about Jet Speed. It's Bryan Danielson's son's favorite tag team, apparently. Good for them, I guess. As I said again, I don't give a shit about fucking Kevin Knight and Mike Bailey. I don't. It doesn't really fucking matter to me. I don't give a shit about them. Kevin Knight needs work, and Mike Bailey also needs a lot of fucking work, because, bro, you beating jobbers doesn't make you red hot, and now we're having Darby went from having a banger, a fucking classic with Ciampa. Then we have an unbelievable, incredible match with Brody King. His chemistry with Brody King is incredible. That really worked well. From that, we get into the fucking middle of the road, but kind of a very good match with Kevin Knight. Solid match. From that, we go to, not a classic at all, Tony, Shivani. What a classic! Shut the fuck up, Shivani. Your corny ass bullshit. Say it's a classic. Say it's a classic. It's Tony Khan saying to him, probably. So, a very good match with Kevin Knight to a very fun and great ass match with Pac on AEW Fairway to Hell. And now to a banger classic match with Konosuke Takeshita. The problem is, I know this match will be fucking great with Darby and Mike Bailey. Is Mike Bailey... It's like I put fucking cold-ass ice Carmelo Hayes, who is basically has done nothing before he really became prominent on the show. Just saying. It's like I put him on the show and tell you that this guy is quite the deal. It's Kevin Knight. Sorry. It's like ice cold, fucking, not Ricochet, but like ice cold this, ice cold that. Like, who gives a shit? Who honestly gives a shit? I don't. I don't think I do give two shits, honestly. I don't. I don't give two shits, Chad. I don't give two shits about this. I don't give two shits about, like, this, like, how do you, like, this is a world championship. First of all, it should never be defended in open challenge matches. Like, fucking, like, the Darby Open. The Allen's Open, that I'll call it. The Allen Invitational Challenge. The Darby Allin Invitational AEW World Championship. Invitational AEW World Championship Challenge. That's what I call it. It should never be something like that either, but I guess that's fine. Now I have to get over with that. But, like, I still don't find that great about it, but Out of all people, fucking, what's his name? You know, Swerve Strickland is not going for the AEW World Championship. It was the Ring of Honor World Championship. Like, the Ring of Honor World Championship means something on the fucking show, huh? It means nothing. Just prove it to you. Mike Bailey is a fucking ice cold nobody on the show. It's been probably since the fucking C2 that I have not cared one fucking shit about Mike Bailey, what he's done on the show. I haven't cared about Mike Bailey at all. Red Hot apparently beating fucking 3 jobbers or something. Red Hot. Some Webster, the guy he beat. This. Fuck out of here. The UNR Tournament Cup is announced. Again, I said my point again. It feels ridiculous that an AEW World Championship is defending a challenge who's basically, it's like you having R-Truth, sorry, not R-Truth, but you having somebody like, I'm going to say this. What's the name? Fucking, not Maxine Dupree, or Max Dupree, whatever. What's his fucking name? I'm gonna say his name. Not Joe Hendry. It's like a match with Constable Corbin. No, not Constable Corbin was at least better, I would say. I'm a Constable Corbin. I'm going at this shit, Chad. What the fuck? It's like a match not with Constable Corbin. It's like it's a fucking match with nobody on the show. Like Aleister Black. Yeah. Versus Roman Reigns and his Tribal Chief fucking 2020 era. I would be ashamed of calling that match because that would be treating a world championship like you don't give championships to guys who are basically nothing on your show. Speedball Mike Bailey is nothing on the show. Is Tony Khan just so fucking fucked in the head? He doesn't understand what red hot even means. The dude is fucking fucked in the head or something. I don't know. How can you have Mike Bailey, who has done fuck all, nothing on the show, go out there and challenge Darby Allin for the World Championship? That he beat 3 fucking jobbers. How? It makes no sense at all. You don't treat your World Championship like this, man, at all. You don't. It's like current day Damian Priest goes out there and defends his championship or goes out there and fucking fights Cody Rhodes in an open challenge. That's a testament how Damian Priest has fallen in WWE in general. Moving on, I went over this shit already. The Owen Hart Tournament Cup announcements. Feature first round of Jack Perry versus Mark Davis, Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay, which I'm really looking forward to that match more than Jack Perry versus fucking Mark Davis. I don't care about that at all. I don't hate Mark Davis, but Godzilla, that they call him. Samoa Joe versus Will Ospreay, that's a match that with story involved, with the Death Riders and the Ops in between this fucking program, or whatever, or with the story going on. The top story in AEW currently. I understand that, so I'm intrigued for what that's here to come with Moxley and the Death Riders and fucking the Ops with Anthony Bowens and Katsuri Shibata. What the fuck is Hook doing on the show? Bro, Hook has fallen so far down. Why? What happened to Hook? Handsome Devil Hook, whatever they used to call him, right? Like he's been with Team Taz on AEW or with AEW for like so fucking long. He's been with AEW since like 2020. 6 years. And how long far he's fallen, right, Chad? Like fucking Hook. Like how far has he fallen? Quite far, I'll say. He's fallen quite far with AEW. He's gone down the drain, honestly. Second chat, I don't know where this Mario Davis match, Will Osprey, Samoa Joe goes. I have no idea, really. I don't. It's gonna be an incredible match. It's gonna be an incredible match on the show. Definitely. Swerve and Bandito. You know, that fucking great segment that they had, that they filmed where Swerve went out there and killed every fucking bandit, or in that old western vibe. I love that vibe, how they filmed that, honestly. But I don't know why Swerve's going after the... Darby's having this Darby Allin's Invitational Open Challenge, Invitational World Championship going on, so I don't know why Swerve went for that, but I guess it meant for... Swerve looks fucking stupid, honestly, in that. But whatever. Joe and Osprey, with how it's connected with the Ops, and I said Shibata and fucking Anthony Bowens. Hook, who I don't know, is he really part of it? I can't tell if he is. You know, it's really crazy how far he's fallen by. Already went over that. Ace Austin versus Will Ospreay. And when return to the ring inside arenas, Ospreay goes to shake Ace's hands. Ace continues to shake his hands and quickly backs away. Early lockup. Ace Austin with an arm control, but Osprey reverses it. Ace Austin tries to reverse it, but Osprey counters with a side headlock takeover, and we reset. We set a test of strength with Austin getting Osprey down to the ground. Keeps bringing up, avoiding getting pinned. Monkey flip by Osprey. He grabs the wrist and he stomps on the elbow of Austin. Osprey kicks up Austin, goes after the shoulder of Austin. Ace recovers the hammer, throws, but Osprey kicks him in the head. Shoulder tackle by Osprey, but Austin with a drop hold with the backsplash for a 2. Osprey fires back with the elbow, but Austin rolls over Osprey on the mat and he applies with a reverse STF. Osprey quickly makes his way to the ropes, but he then favors his neck, then will basically fuck Chad. What the fuck am I doing? So he works on his arm, then he goes to kick him in the corner. Ace dodges it. Ace then comes off the ropes, but Osprey counters it under a powerbomb for a 2 count. They exchange shots and chops together, back and forth. Osprey then delivers kicks, quick kicks. Ace then comes back with a heel kick. Osprey then delivers a rolling elbow strike. Osprey follows up with a kick and sends
Now connected to desktop 1
Austin
HD9
Austin in the
DGF.
corner, but Austin dodges and delivers an insecurity. Austin then goes for a back body drop, but Osprey counters and delivers the hidden blade. Osprey then kicks Austin's arm from under him. He locks him in an arm for a submission after the match. Osprey shakes hands with Austin and gives him his props. So this was a solid match, but again, he didn't went out there and what John Mox said, fucking kill him or something. Like, you know, I heard Meltzer was defending this shit. It's ridiculous. Dobbs come out, and the Ram Samoa just says that he wants to come out and see if Osprey will listen. It seems like he has made a hard time doing that lately. Joe says Osprey could have made a choice to join the Ops, but he chose differently. Joe says that Osprey chose to be a lapdog for Moxley and the Death Riders, which I don't believe he is at all, but that's what Joe believes. He suffered the consequences of Double or Nothing. Joe says we'll see Osprey then, but his friends will decide that he doesn't put leashes on his friends. Anthony Williams goes Shibata head to the ring. The Death Riders music hit. They come out and they stand with Will Osprey. And Osprey's a little conflicted, honestly, if you look at that. Like, he does not know what the fuck to do. He's looking at Moxley a little conflictedly. He's like, he's a little conflicted by that. So, let's look at the fucking thing he said. So, backstage with Don Callis and the MJF. Renee Paquette is with Don Callis and Takeshita. Callis says Takeshita will be heading in Double or Nothing as AEW World Champion. Then MJF walks up. MJF says Takeshita has turned into one of the greatest professional wrestlers in the world. He says that he can't wait to see him beat Darby Allin. Hopefully they can have Takeshita / MJF 2. Takeshita shakes his hand and walks away. Callis says that that's a nice pet talk. MJF said he didn't mean a word of it. So he then gives the Dynamite diamond ring to Callis. Callis says that he knows what knows just what to do with him. And Andrade walks up and lets his hair down. MJF scuffs and walks away. Then Andrade letting his hair down was funny. Andrade calls the next time needs to his turn for the title. What? And our tells us that next time needs to. That's what Andrade said. That's what it transcribed to it. With the women's Owen Hart tournament bracket, Penelope Persephone versus Hazuki, Willow Nightingale versus Alex Windsor, Nina Shikawa versus Tina, as well done. Sky Blue versus Sorry. I don't know who the fuck is Sorry. Backstage with Conglomeration, Willow Nightingale. Renee Paquette is backstage with the conglomeration. Orange Cassidy gets a shot at the World Tag Champion. Hasn't decided who will get it. Kyle O'Reilly says it should be Cassidy and Roderick Strong, but because he has had gold chase him.
One day, that's just what I told you. I was leaving because there was a girl I...
Cassidy then fuck out of here, Chad. I'm losing my shit here. Cassidy says they have a shot at the World Tag Team Championship, but they haven't decided who will get it. O'Reilly says Cassidy is... Fuck it. Says it should be Cassidy and Roderick Strong, but he has a chance to go for himself. So calls out John Moxley, I guess. So that's what they decided, and they got a shot at that. Nobody gives a shit, honestly, about this. I didn't give a shit about this. Meaningless Trios Championships. Blue Nightingale says she's got her own gold and she's going to get there. She wins the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, which I love. I wish she does. Mark Briscoe returns and says he's back with the guys and the girl, and then challenges Ciampa to a match next week on the show. So that's like the #1 main match that's coming out of next week's 3-hour block from Portland, Oregon. AEW Dynamite and Collision combined. Hikaru Shida and the Brawling Birds was a triangle of madness. The triangle of pussy, more likely. I would eat their pussy straight up. I would. Back to the ring, we get to go for the Trios Women's action. Hayter and Tekla start the match, then everyone gets involved. Shida, then the Birds cleared the ring and followed the triangle to the floor. Shida and Windsor deliver shots to Blue and Sky Blue and Julia Hart against a barricade. Hayter then goes for Tekla on the apron. Hayter drops Tekla with a snap suplex, follows up with a kick to the face. Hayter stomps Tekla in the corner, and then Sky Blue and Windsor exchange shots on the top of the barricade. Hayter saves Windsor. They throw Blue face first in the apron. Tekla drops Birds with a diving crossbody from the top of the show. Needs to be commercial break as the action continues. When the show returns, we see the match still in progress with things quickly picking up. Dark Triangle takes Bird down in the corner. Windsor goes to the floor, then Hayter drops Tekla with a kick to the face. Shida tags in and sends Tekla to the corner before knocking Blue to the floor. Sky Blue to the floor. Shida then sends Hart into Tekla and then delivers a knee strike to Hart. Shida then superplexes Sky Blue into Tekla, following with a suplex to Tekla with a 2 count. Shida then delivers elbow strikes. Tekla then comes back with a kick to the midsection. Tekla then drops Shida with a right hand to the face, tags in Hart. Blue and then double super kick as Shida tags back in. Tekla then drops Shida with a spear and goes for a cover. But the Brawling Birds break it up. Windsor tags in and delivers shots to Tekla. Then Birds go off and 2 birds off the stone. Hayter to the floor. Then the match breaks down. Blue takes over Windsor. Blue goes for the code Blue, but Windsor gets free and delivers a headbutt. Long Birds go for 2-1 stone, but Tekla hits with the 8-1 shot. The referee calls for the bell, and the match is thrown out. After the match, post-match action, Triangle attacks the Birds. Shida grabs her kendo stick and walks away. Willow Nightingale, Chicago and Thunder Rosa hit the ring to make the save as the Triangle backs up the ramp. Yeah, I didn't even realize maybe I was doing something else. Thunder Rosa came? I didn't even notice. I honestly did not realize, chat. So winner match is Hawkfish, the Brawling Birds, and Hikaru Shida. It's main event time on Dynamite, I guess. Let's go over this. This fucking banger of a classic. Following a brief Russian vignette, entrances here and there straight out of the gate. Allen drop kicks Takeshita to the floor, goes for a dive, but Takeshita catches him, throws him into the barricade. Takeshita then gets Darby Allin back into the ring, then kicks him onto the face to send him back to the floor. Takeshita then gets Allin back into the ring, goes for the cover. Allin kicks out of the 1. Takeshita throws Allin into the corner and then pulls him up. Takeshita climbs up, but Allin comes back with the with the shots, send Takeshita's back down. Allen dives, but Takeshita drops him with one shot and falls him with a back body drop. Allen then goes for the floor, but Takeshita falls up, delivers knee strikes against the barricade. Takeshita slams Allen into the barricade, drags this ring steps over. Allen then comes back, racks his fingernails into Takeshita's back. Takeshita slams Allen into the steps. Darby then goes for the dodges. He dodges it actually. Takeshita hits the steps. Darby Allin then drops Takeshita with a dive through the ropes and gets his back on the apron. Then he goes for the coffin splash, but Takeshita catched him and gave him a blue thunder bomb, which looked fucking brutal outside on the mat. Ringside, that was fucking brutal. He gets likely on the final of the evening. At the action is the high stakes. Anyway, continues. The show returns where we see Allen drive his shoulder into Takeshita's midsection, goes for a roll up. Takeshita rolls through and goes for the power drive knee, but Allen counters and blocks in the guillotine. Takeshita gets free. Allen goes for a code red. Takeshita counters with a slam, follows up with a wheelbarrow German suplex. Takeshita kicks Allen in the face of the corner before pulling him up to the Takeshita delivers a avalanche German suplex, goes for the cover, but Darby Allin kicks out at 2. Takeshita delivers the power drive knee and goes for the cover, but Darby Allin kicks out 2 again. Al Clone then hits the ring. Don Callis gives the diamond ring to Takeshita behind the referee's back. I don't even know where the fuck El Clone is, man. Takeshita says, fuck no, I'm not using it or something. He throws it back in Callis' face or something. Away and catches him with the inside cradle for a 2 count. Takeshita delivers an elbow strike and puts Allen up to Takeshita's climbs, but Allen counters right hands and delivers an avalanche code red. Allen then gets the coffin pinning combination, but Takeshita kicks out at a 2 and rolls the outside, and Allen delivers the coffin drop and he tries to get back into the ring, but Takeshita pulls him back to the floor. Takeshita breaks the referee's count and goes for a brainbuster on the steps, but Allen counters with the knee strikes and slams Takeshita with a scorpion death drop on the steps. Darby Allin then delivers the coffin drop to the floor and gets Takeshita back into the ring. Darby Allin goes for the corner, goes for the cover, but Takeshita kicks out. Allen then goes for another coffin drop, but Takeshita gets his knees up for a 2 count. Takeshita delivers another power drive knee for a top power bomb, but Allen counters and locks his scorpion deathlock. Takeshita makes it to the ropes. Darby Allin immediately hits the coffin drop and then gets the pinfall. Darby Allin is still the AEW World Champion. After the match, he calls out MJF, says for a contract sign. They said MJF is gonna speak something tonight, but I guess whatever, the advertisement was different, so I gotta call him out for that. That was kind of bullshit. He didn't. That wasn't what they said. So once the match wraps up, Darby Allin calls out MJF at the ring and then says they have a contract signed. MJF doesn't sign the contract, then he says he's happy for Allen. MJF says that he hopes Allen had fun holding his AEW World Championship. He feels bad then because Darby Allin will never hold it again. That's what I went over for. MJF then says that you only you have a chance of much holding this championship as that bum Adam Page does. Then Darby Allin, and he says that Darby Allin is a stuntman who has 50 minutes of fame. MJF says that he hasn't made an impact, and it's just a little Rocky Lord lucky. MJF said he's too reckless to stay on top. But Double or Nothing's legacy will be the guy who will become a 3-time world champion by the age of 30. MJF says Darby Allin is about climbing to on top, but when it comes down to professional wrestling, MJF is the mounted top. Darby Allin says he doesn't care about legacy, he only cares about right now, and he tells MJF that he wants him to sign the contract because a Double or Nothing is going to make him a bald-headed bitch. MJF signs a contract and tackles Allin to the mat. Allin then flips tables over and knocks. Darby Allin basically gets flipped over with diamond ring. It's by MJF, then holds the title in the ring. Tries to go back in. Avalanche, Tombstone, Paul Driver, Kevin Knight rushes out and makes the save. That's how things wrap up, and that's it for Dynamite. I guess that's how we close Dynamite. That's what I've said about Darby Allin and how he's been billed. And what MJF said in this promo was fucking true from word. Everything he said was true. 3 minutes of fame. This is how we feel genuinely That's how he felt, at least, when Darby Allin won that champion. And that's how a lot of people still feel. So MJF was speaking the truth here. And it was fucking felt as real as it gets. This was a very good show tonight. Off AEW Dynamite. Chat, that'll be it for the Unscripted Kayfabe. It was a very good show. We went longer than we did from the Monday Night review. I guess there was more to talk about here. There was more fun on this show to talk about than the Monday Night review. Monday Night Raw review overall. But that'll be it, chat. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe. And I'm out of here. Thanks for joining me, the Spade. And I'm out of here. Peace.
Kayfabe.
Unscripted kayfabe.
Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even Heart Radio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting into rants. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt. Oh